Hello, you've reached Joyce Barnett's channel again, and I'm going to talk about the More Homes on the Market Act, HR 1340, bill that's in Congress that has been in Congress for over a year now, and they're not really doing anything with it. And what the bill consists of, what it's supposed to do, is it's supposed to double the capital gains tax exclusion, which means when you're a single person and you go to sell your home, you can gain up to $250,000 of capital gains without paying the government taxes on that money. Or if you're a married couple, you can gain $500,000 without paying Uncle Sam any capital gains on that amount. They're trying to double that right now. Congress is, but they're not really doing much about it. And it kind of pisses me off because I'm thinking, why is it taking so long? We need this. That bill, the amount of that bill has not been changed since the 1970s. And it would help people so much if they would just change it, because then it would double all that. So if you're a single person, you could gain up to $500,000 without paying capital gains tax to the government. And why are we paying capital gains tax to the government? That's your equity. I don't think we should have to be paying our equity to the government. That's my opinion. If it was up to me, they wouldn't be getting anything from homeowners, okay? Because I just don't think it's right. But the thing is, they're taking forever to pass this bill. It's just sitting there. And I'm getting ready to call down to Congress or start sending some emails because it seems like it's just sitting there and they're not doing anything about it. If it does finally get passed, I think a lot of people will be able to sell their homes. What's stopping people from selling right now, a lot of people, is they would have to pay the government quite a bit of money, especially people in Orange County. You know, if they paid, let's just say in Orange County, they paid 250 grand for their house, and now their house went up to, 1.2 million or 1.5 million, So if they're a married couple, they get 500,000, but all that other money, they're going to get taxed capital gains on, and they're going to have to pay that money to Uncle Sam, which to me shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't have to go through that. So I'm just hoping this bill gets passed soon, because I think it will open up the market and we will have more homes on the market. It'll make it so people can actually sell their homes, because if they're in California, which California is so expensive, it's ridiculous right now. But if they're in California and they want to stay in California, let's say they want to sell a 3-bedroom house because they need a 4-bedroom because maybe their family's grown and they have more kids. Well, you know what? That would help them out. That would make it easier for them to sell, because they need every penny if they're going to buy a home in California, because how expensive it is. The market right now, the real estate market, what I'm seeing is usually the only people that are selling right now usually are people, either they're selling to move out of state, because they're going to take their money and they're moving out of state. They've got enough equity if they bought a long time ago, because the market went up so high, that they can pay cash for a house in another state and then have a nest egg to retire on. A lot of older people are doing that, and I hear a lot of people saying, well, you know what, I have to get a job. If I moved out of California and I moved to another state, are there jobs there? Well, there are, but then maybe they don't pay as high. So it all depends on, what your finances are and how much you can get out of the house to take with you. Because, nobody wants to be strapped for cash, and especially if they have to take a lower paying job. So I'm just hoping that they get this passed soon, because it will open up the market big time for homeowners to be able to sell. And if you're over 55, you could take your tax base with you up to 3 times on your primary residence. So that's nice for seniors, but people that are not 55 yet, their tax base is going to be reassessed at the new purchase price. So let's say they bought their home for, 400,000 years ago, and maybe their home went up to $1 million in California, because that's what we're seeing here. We have seen homes, some of the homes have actually, doubled in value. So they're going to get a new tax base based on $1 million. So their property taxes in California are a little over 1%. So they can't they can't take that Prop 13 with them if they're under 55. So that makes it hard for younger people to move because their property's reassessed at that tax, even at the 1%, it's a little bit higher than 1%, but even at that new tax, it's going to make their payment higher, especially if they're locked into a low rate like 3.5%, 4%, like a lot of people are. Rates are not low enough yet. If the rates go down, that would definitely help. We need to have this bill passed for the capital gains tax exclusion to be doubled. That will help bring a lot of people to the table to sell their homes and to buy other homes. But right now, real estate just seems to be at a standstill. People are not making a move unless they absolutely have to, if they're going through maybe a divorce, or they are being transferred. Maybe they are older and they have to go into an assisted living. There's only a few reasons why people are actually moving. We don't have enough benefits right now to make it so people can move, so people can afford to move. So I'm just hoping that they change that, and the sooner the better, because it's getting old. We don't have enough inventory in California right now. I mean, we're still really low on inventory. Prices still are really high. They're not as high as 2022, but they're still steep. I mean, if you go to Orange County and you want to buy a house, can you even get a home for $1 million? It's in Orange County, it's kind of hard. Usually you got to head out to the Inland Empire to get a home for under $1 million. And that's why a lot of people are moving to the Inland Empire, because it's a lot more affordable than Orange County or LA County, because you get more for your money. And then you have to fight the 91 freeway, of course, which is not fun. But I'm just hoping that they get this bill passed soon, because it's putting a burden on real estate. The government needs to start doing more things, like passing this bill and doing more things to help this market move, because right now we're just bottlenecked in California. Our real estate's bottlenecked, and people are nobody's leaving. Nobody can. They call it the golden handcuffs is what they call it, because you're handcuffed in your house. You can't leave, because if you did, your payment's going to skyrocket. Your taxes are going to skyrocket. And I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that the government's not passing some of these new laws that they should be passing. And if you agree with this, hit like and let me know. I'm giving more videos on real estate, but thank you for watching my channel, and hit the like button and hit subscribe, because I'll be giving more videos like this, updating you on the market and what's going on. Thanks for watching.